Alright guys, we're back. We have some fun stuff today. We have the Dragon Ball Super Memorial Battle event. So this is the kind of precursor, I don't want to call it to part 2, but the kind of rounding out part 1 event, if I'm not mistaken. This was a pretty interesting fight. Now, you know, people that want longer fights, I think this is kind of your answer, right? What we wanted to do in this run in specific was take out all of the missions in one go. So if we look at all of the missions, it's clear the event in the first place, clear it with no items, and then use all typings. And that is what we did in this video. So obviously, you guys know my no item team till the end of time, basically at this point, is the superhero team. So Double Orange Piccolo, we have Gogeta Blue, we have Beast Gohan, we have Gamma 1, we have the AGL Blue Duo, we also have Vegeta and Trunks for the Int, and I believe that's all the typings that we have there. So if we're missing anybody, sorry, but the next run against Broly, you'll see we basically just run the same team, but we substitute out Gamma 1 for Gogeta Blue, and then we throw God Goku on the team and take Beast off. So let's go ahead and quickly break down what each of these bosses do as we go. This run takes a bit. I will give you fair warning, this is a bit of a longer video, fortunately. I don't really like the gameplay videos being too long, but with this event being fresh, we'll just kind of give the full run as it went. Now, I did this. This was my first try, I believe, on this run, but the Broly one did take 2 tries. So these fights are pretty tough, but nonetheless, the superhero team will always show its dominance over the game, and that is what they did here. So you can hear my mouse clicking. I'm pulling up the event as we speak. Should have had this up ahead of time. How many times do I say that in my videos? I feel like it's all the time, but nonetheless, the Dragon Ball Super Memorial Battle, here we are, versus Gogeta. Doing stage 2 first is interesting, but we'll do the harder fight for second. So, the first phase here, we're up against the Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta. We have 45 million HP, 330,000 attack, 300,000 defense with 60% damage reduction and 7 attacks per turn. The super attack is the Kamehameha and Big Bang attack, which causes immense damage to the enemy and seals the super attack, so if you get hit with the super, you are sealed. It is a... I always forget what this one is. It's like the icon for it is like the little purple one. So I think it's like a combination type of super attack where it's not a blast, but it's also not melee at the same time. So the super does 924,000 damage. It has an 18% chance to go off with 1 a turn and a 7 cooldown. So when it comes to the debuffs, you can't lower the attack, you can't stun them, and you can't seal them. So you can lower their defense. As you guys can see up on the top left, we have lowered their defense a bit, but that isn't really anything that we need to focus on in this specific run. Defensive lowering when it comes to the bosses isn't really a big deal, but when the boss lowers your defense, it can be a little bit problematic. Spoiler alert, that is part of the video, or part of the this run. We do get our defense lowered by one of the bosses. I'll let you figure out which one. So this first phase takes a little bit just because of the HP, like 40 million across the board, and then, you know, by the time we're done, the boss is up to like 70 million HP, so kind of a run-of-the-mill difficult fight at this point with this Gogeta, but he does have, Gogeta does have a little bit of a special super attack effect that can be very, very, very annoying. So that is kind of one thing that happened in this specific run. As you guys usually know, with the system that we do with these, when we go to Orange, we will kind of quickly skip through it, as you guys don't need to sit and watch me just do the same thing over and over with Orange Piccolo. So we will kind of skim through that to speed this video up, because this gameplay in total is like 21 minutes. So 21-minute recording. I don't think you guys are really all that interested in watching 21 minutes of this. So when it comes to the missions for this, though, we can talk about that while we're here. This is going to give you a total of 18 stones, and for the Gogeta stage, you get EX orbs, but the Broly stage, you do not, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why they did that, but honestly, when it comes to the Gogeta orbs, I don't even know if I'd want to put them on, or the skill orb on, because the second one is for crit, while the gold one is for additional. So if you have that gold slot, you're eating pretty good, but the silver one, I don't know. But looking at the second phase here, this is against the Blue Boy, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. We have 40 million HP with a 500,000 attack stat and only a 70,000 defensive stat, so you really can kind of blitz through this with attack. But defensively, you can get hit pretty hard. The Kamehameha and Galagun super attack effect that we're looking at right here hits for 1.4 million with immense damage. Again, a combination type of super attack. I don't know the exact wording for it, but you can see it did hit pretty hard with an 18% chance to hit with 1 per turn and a 7 cooldown. The same thing that we saw versus the one in the first phase. So what this guy does, you can't have your attack or they can't have their attack or defense lowered, and they grant immunity to being stunned as well as sealed, and they may evade your super attacks, including super attacks, as you guys just saw with Trunks and Vegeta. So sad, but it happens. This phase isn't too bad. I mean, 70,000 defense with 56% damage reduction is not bad at all. Like, you know, compared to what we had firsthand, where we had, you know, 300,000. I don't even know if that might be a typo. I'm not sure. 70,000 defense feels really low. I guess because the counter to that is the fact that he can dodge super attacks, right? Or just dodge attacks in general. So them being tech is kind of like, you know, whatever. But the problem with that is that the ending Gogeta is physical. So you can't just run like a mono int team and blitz through this, right? So that is where things do get a little bit tricky, but we will see in this video. You can see we have the rotations going of Orange Piccolo with Beast Gohan for now. Beast Gohan there not getting the 18 keys at the end of the world because Orange Piccolo will give the key support right there to get him to where he needs to be. Beast Gohan does fine in this run, but I do realize that once we get to the second, the Gogeta phase, I went into this blind. He is STR, so that is where things could potentially get problematic, especially with the super, considering it's not just a blast super. Ultimate Gohan cannot just nullify it, so that is a bit annoying, but we'll get through it. 10 million right there from Ultimate Gohan, not bad whatsoever. Just doing his thing, getting those double and triple supers in, and he'll be fine. But, you know, obviously a super from this guy, we are in trouble. So we have to kind of run that risk, hide him a little bit, make sure that wherever Gogeta is attacking the least, that's where Beast needs to go in this situation. And it ends up working out. So only one attack there, not being a super. We are chilling, big chilling. But we're just moving through this. When we get to the Gogeta phase is when things start to get a little bit interesting. And honestly, I think I misread what I was looking at. Yeah, we're still in the second phase, excuse me. We're safe with Beast for now, but when we do get out of here in a little bit, it is going to get a little bit problematic. So I believe Gogeta we just transform with right away, and then we float Orange Piccolo off for the type advantage that Trunks and Vegeta have right here in order to build them up a bit. I think that's the safe play. We check the defense. I see 515,000. I'm like, okay, we're chilling. We have the HP that we got from the Gogeta fusion, and then Orange Piccolo eventually just having like 2 of him on one rotation for a little bit will be okay. I'm not really tripping about that too bad. But Trunks and Vegeta right here at 515,000 defense. They have guard. This is hitting for 1.4 million, so it's already going to be cut in half and then cut in half again. And it ends up hitting for 194,000, which is a negligible damage. We can easily work off of that just with healing alone, especially considering we have Orange Piccolo on the team, we have Vegito on the team, we have Gogeta on the team. We have a lot of ways to heal with this specific setup that we are rocking with. So not worried about that one bit at this point. Then when we do get to the next phase with STR, we have Gogeta Blue, who is effective against all types, so we're not worried about the type disadvantage one bit with him. It's just going to come down to the supers, right? That's where things get a little bit tricky, because I do know that he throws in the Broly running. Unfortunately, a super does hit him pretty hard, so that does happen. But this phase, the first 2 phases of this, pretty easy, but hey, you know, people want a long event. This is definitely a contender for that, right? We're only in halfway through it at this point, and we're 7 minutes in, so that's pretty good. Like, this is usually like what turn are we on? This is like what, turn probably like 5, 6. Where are we at this point? This is turn 7. Yeah, I mean, turn 7. How often do you, like, turn 7? That's the Zamasu fight. So as you guys can see, we have Vegito bringing him out. Can't use the active skill just yet, so that is a little bit annoying. But what we end up doing here is going to Orange, because I am petrified of all these attacks for Ultimate Gohan in the middle, and I'm like, listen, I don't think he's going to be able to make it with all those normals. We need to make sure that that is not a super. So that's what we do, and you guys will see. You know how we do the Orange around here. We just skim through it. You see, here's where his HP is basically at after 2 turns, and then we move on to the 3rd turn of this. Just continuing to skim through it. Yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. Boom, 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 boom. One more turn of this. Come on. You got it. 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 Okay. Went too far. Went too far. Went too far. Go back. Chill, 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 chill. This is what happens when I do this manually, right? Alright, alright. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Safe enough, right? 24 key for you, 18 key for you, and then we'll get the 18 key for you, and then we're also going to get the key support coming in from Orange Piccolo right there. Not bad, 11 million. I skipped way too far on that one, the preview one. That got the best of me there, but now that we know that we can avoid the super with Gogeta, I'm feeling much more confident at this point. And honestly, we did a lot of damage with Orange. Like, he's already at half HP after 1 turn. That's pretty good. I mean, it certainly could be worse, right? So, Ultimate Gohan here, getting that big 18 key in. Boom. Honestly, not that much damage because he's type disadvantage, unfortunately. But don't worry. In a couple days when we get the new Beast Gohan, I'm sure this rotation is going to be wicked. I'm ready for it, and we're all ready for it. It's time, Dokkan. Come on, Amatsu. Give us Beast. We want Beast. 1.4 mil, triple super for him. He's looking good at this point. Now, Vegito Blue is going to be able to do his thing. Unfortunately, are not going to be able to get the active skill buffs as the second attacker in the turn right here, but that is okay. We'll be good here, ready to go. And then we're going to move to the final phase, which is one of the harder bosses in the game when we get out of this. I think after this next turn, we'll be moving to the final boss. So, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. I hope you guys are ready, because this is going to be a fun one, just to kind of break him down. Oh, we also didn't break down Gogeta. So, 59.8 million HP, 420,000 attack, 381,000 defense with 65% damage reduction and 10 attacks per turn. He has the potential to double super with a 4 cooldown, so he's going to be supering a decent bit. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy, so he raises attack and defense by 30% on his super, which is kind of annoying. 1.1 million damage with a 25% to go. Double super, like I said. He disables attack and defense reduction and then also cannot be sealed or stunned. So that's kind of where we're at with this point. I don't remember if we used the taunt right here or not. I wouldn't blame you if you did use the taunt right here, just because we avoid any attack, but I think we save it for the next phase, because I'm like, Gogeta's going to be super effective against all types right here. So we should be good. 300k defense. I'm kind of just breaking it down. It's like, do I want to save the phase for the next phase, or the taunt for the next phase, which obviously, or ultimately I end up going with, because I'm like, let's just play this safe. We're getting towards the end here. Let's save our defensive mechanics for the next portion of the fight, which I think is the way to go. So Trunks and Vegeta right here are going to take a super with that attack raise. This is going to hit for 1.1 million. We have 500k defense and guard. So this should hit for a couple 100,000, if I had to guess. Yeah, 197, basically the same as what the other super hit for with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Vegeta. So that we're like 194,000, like I said earlier, negligible damage, easy to kind of work around that, and we just have to let Gogeta do his thing. Honestly, I think what I should have done in this video is used STR Gogeta. We would have moved a little bit quicker. Instead of Gamma 1, I don't know why I didn't bring Gogeta. I guess I was kind of nervous. It's like, what if he disables dodging, and then it's like, and then what? One of those types of situations. That's where I was kind of at mentally. So Gogeta, obviously half a health bar. There's no way that this Super Saiyan Gogeta can keep up with this onslaught that's coming. So I believe we open up with orange right away on this next phase against Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. And honestly, I'll break it down before we skim through the orange portion. But blue Gogeta has 71 million HP, 615,000 attack, 410,000 defense with 68% damage reduction and 11 attacks per turn. He causes mega colossal damage to you and lowers your defense by 50% while also hitting for 2.1 million. So this guy's super is not going to be easy to get around. And keep in mind, because this unit starts off as Gogeta, he is not a pure Saiyan, if I'm reading into that correctly. So God Goku is not going to be able to stonewall this guy. 2.15 million, obviously very hard hitting super attack with a 15% chance at a 10 cooldown and 1 per turn. Massive or greatly lowering your defense is a problem as well. 50% defensive lowering. If you guys remember, if you kind of want to do a quick callback to when what was it called? I'll get it. The Legendary Vegeta event was a thing, right? And he lowered your defense. He made units that looked pretty stout defensively look a little bit weaker just because of that defensive lowering combined with a bunch of normals, and he's going to hit way, way harder. So, as you guys know, the system here, we are going to skim through the orange portion, make sure we don't miss any of the action, and we went too far again. I am struggling today, but you guys get the point. We went through the orange. Here we are. We're going to do the Makanko Sapo with our boy Ultimate Gohan. Make sure we get his 18 key in. So I believe what we do is we grab the physical orb on the side with Piccolo, and then we go for the tech orbs with Gohan, as I value his defense over Piccolo's. Yeah, so same idea, right? I went for the wrong orb, but you get the idea. So that's what we went with here. So now we are out of orange at this point, so that is good. We can kind of just lock in and let the rest of the run play out. But at this point, it's just kind of a war of attrition, right? What we're going to do is make sure we have the taunt on Gogeta, and that way with the taunt, we're going to be able to dodge all his attacks on the next turn, and we're also going to have, I believe when it comes to active skills and like damage and stuff like that, we're going to have the Vegito active skill, and then we're also going to have the Gogeta one as well. So it's like, you know, we're going to be able to get some decent damage in with our blue fusions, so that rotation is always fun. Whenever you can get that out, which is not easy to do, you do kind of have to be in this longer format of event, 10, 11, 12 turns, to really get to that point, because I guess that's what I would deem a long event at this point. You know, it is funny to think about when you go back to like 2020, 2021 with like the GT Goku event and stuff like that. Like if you go, and you can probably look this up on the channel, but I did videos covering the GT Goku event with the Corroded Body and Mind team. That was like a 45-minute recording of just stacking with like Deborah and Mass Saiyan and letting like AGL Rose's Easy A not throw defensively. That's where we were at that point in the game, and it was very different. So at this point, we're floating off Vegeta and Trunks because of the taunt. We know that the guard being disabled does not matter for them because Gogeta is not going to attack them anyway. So the idea is that we're not going to see Vegeta and Trunks again in this video. So I'm like, let's just get this rotation in with Gogeta and Vegito and just have some fun, right? Because now we have the active skill for Vegito as well. So I should have had these on and recorded this for a short, but it's all good. 4.2. So even if we didn't have the taunt, I think actually we did need to do the taunt in order to get the the guarantees with Vegito, unfortunately, or what's it called, to get the active skill with Vegito. So Gogeta's going to dodge everything. If Vegito were to be attacked, he would dodge everything. This is like the invincible blue fusion rotation right here. Whenever you can get it, which is very rare, this is like how it's going to look at, maybe not its peak performance because we don't have support aside from what Vegito's giving on his super attack. But we don't have like attack support and stuff like that. But 13 million with a Dokkan attack, both with their active skills, both the 24 key. Like, this is really, when it comes to blue fusion dominance, this is as good as it gets, right? Like, this is comparable to like built up 5 years, but probably better, honestly. Because just all the defensive utility, because the blue fusions, their best turn is turn 4 just because they can't be hit. So there we go. I believe Gogeta Blue is going to go ahead and finish things off for us here. Let me know down below what you guys think of this event so far. I think this Gogeta fight is interesting. This, especially if you didn't have Orange Piccolo and you took a super, it could be very problematic. But the Broly fight, we'll see. I do end up losing in the Broly fight, but it isn't recorded just because I moved on to, like, you know, just a separate recording, right? It would be too long. But let me know down below what you guys think. Leave a like if you did enjoy this run. I will be showing all the missions here at the end just to show you that you get everything. If you copy and paste this team, you do exactly what I did. You get the no item run. You're good to go. So leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the Dokkan battle content that I post. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.